The Moody Blues remain one of the hottest groups on the concert circuit. Tonight's performance at the DECC in Duluth is a near sellout with fewer than 400 tickets still available. The visit to Duluth has an added twist. They will be playing with our own Duluth Superior Symphony Orchestra. Joining us on Live at 5 tonight are two of the founding members of the Moody Blues, Justin Hayward and John Lodge. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
You're welcome.
You guys pioneered the idea of blending the electric guitar and rock music with symphony music, classical music. What was the initial response to that idea? Maybe you could start, Justin.
Well, actually, really, we never thought it would have a kind of mass appeal, and I think originally it was a way of presenting our songs that just suited the kind of character of the songs that we were writing. And our very first album, the one with Nights in White Satin and Tuesday Afternoon on, that was the one that started it all. And then after that, we never really used an orchestra again, in fact, for 25 years. And then 25 years later, as a celebration of that album, we worked with the Colorado Symphony, and that's how this whole orchestral tour came about. And it's great to be out here with all these different orchestras.
John, what was the reaction from classical musicians who can be somewhat, I don't want to say, but what was their reaction?
Well, I think, you know, the Colorado Symphony Orchestra was fabulous. I mean, they really worked hard, and I think they set a standard that the orchestras approached us after that concert. They approached us and said, will we come and perform with their orchestras? So I think they were up for it as well. And, you know, there's a huge respect on stage going both ways, you know, and it really has to work on the night. The excitement of the evening, the adrenaline, and everyone playing all their parts. It works wonderfully.
And neither one with the elitist attitude of, we shouldn't be playing with you, we're better than you.
Oh, no.
No. It's really...
They love it, and it's good music to play, and there's something there for everybody, and they're nice orchestral parts, they're good parts.
And it's nice also to see, you know, sort of the bassoonist with his bassoon over his head in a real rock and roll pose. It makes it all real.
Were you guys overnight successes?
You're joking, no. I think, well...
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, well, no. In fact, it took nearly 7 years for Nights in White Satin, you know, our biggest song, to get to #1 in this country. And, but I think we achieved success very slowly. We were always a touring band, and even now we seem to put more emphasis on the touring side. And that was what kind of saw us through when everybody else kind of fell by the wayside. We could always go and do a gig, and so it was a very slow process for us, but very worthwhile.
I've heard that the concert tour, being on tour, it gets to be a real hard work and kind of old after a while. You guys have been doing it for a long time. What's it like?
Long time.
Well,
long time.
It's very enjoyable now, and I think we enjoy it much more now than probably we did when we were younger. You know, we were a lot more ambitious and, you know, and intense about it. And now I think we know that there's a lot of love and affection out there for the Moodies, and we love sharing that every night.
And it's important.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's important to keep the balance right as well with the amount of concerts that we perform, the amount of time we sort of spend at home. And if you get the balance right, it becomes enjoyable because it becomes something really to look forward to.
A last quick question. You've had one rehearsal now, a rehearsal with the Duluth Superior Symphony. How'd it go?
We didn't. We never rehearsed with
You
the
haven't
symphony.
rehearsed?
No, would you believe that?
You're going to do it cold?
Yeah, I know. Our conductor rehearses the orchestra, and then they learn that. We started a year ago when we started off on this touring with orchestras. We started rehearsing with them, and then after a couple of days, our conductor said, "Listen, don't come. They just look at you. You know, some of them are Moody's fans. They look at you, so they're not looking at their parts." So
we're anxious to see it. We appreciate you taking time to join us this afternoon.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Moody Blues! And